Hey, this is Jamie with Stonemeyer Games, and I am back today to play another round of Rolling Realms. This is game 20, the live play game number 20, round 2. And today we're using Charterstone, Between Two Cities, and Tapestry. So with Charterstone, I'll briefly explain how to use these and then I'll jump in. With Charterstone, you're going to either use a number to cross off a building, gain the resource directly below it, and note the other rolled die, the rolled die that you didn't use. Note it in the chest below that building. You'll either do that, or later in the round, typically, when you have a bunch of these crates filled in with numbers, you will use a die to cross off all crates that have that number, and then you'll gain stars equal to the number of crates that you cross off. So, for example, if I have ones in several of these crates, I can use a single one to cross off all crates with the number 1 in it and gain a star for each of them. In Between Two Cities, you can write down a number in pretty much any of these squares. They don't have to be adjacent. The only rule is that you can't write down the same number orthogonally adjacent to that number. So if I write down a number 1 right here, I can't write down a 1 here or here, but I could write it down elsewhere. When you complete a row or a column, you get the resources as shown here. And Between Two Cities, like the game it's based on, scores based on the other two realms. It gains stars equal to the lower scoring of the other two rounds, with a minimum based on the number of cells you filled in on Between Two Cities, or a maximum, not a minimum. In Tapestry, you're using dice to create polyomino shapes that you can rotate, but you need to fill the whole shape in on this grid to be able to use that number. The shape can't extend outside of the grid, and it can't overlap with these cells that are already filled in or other cells that you fill in during the round. When you complete a square here, you get a resource, and when you complete a full row or column, you get a star. Yeah, that's Tapestry. I see Mark in the comments here. He says he's going to replay this game later. Just finished 3 games of Clank Legacy. His mind is currently mushy. That's a lot of Clank Legacy. I do love Clank Legacy, Mark. I hope you had fun. And I think it's great that you are working on, just for fun, a legacy version of Rolling Realms. That's a very different than a standard game of Rolling Realms, but I hope you're having fun with the design of that. All right, let's jump right in to turn number 1. A 3 and a 4. 3 and a 4. Okay, I love low numbers in Charterstone, so I don't know if I really like either of these to start out with. A 4 could be pretty good over in Tapestry, and a 3 I like in Between Two Cities. So let's go with a 3 right here in the middle for Between Two Cities. And the 4, I need to leave room for all the 6s that I hope to fill in here later. Let's put the 4, let's tuck it down here and get a heart. Coin would probably be more useful earlier in the round, but yeah, hearts are good too. All right, if I play too fast, feel free to pause this as I'm playing. Turn 2, a 4 and a 2. I like that a little bit more in Charterstone, so let me go ahead and fill out a 4 here in Charterstone, and I write the 2 in the crate below it. I don't gain anything for that yet, but I do gain the heart for the 4. And now I still have that 2 to use in another area. Let's go ahead and put it in Between Two Cities right here. Let's put it right there in Between Two Cities. Not doing anything in Tapestry there. We're hoping for some high numbers here. Hopefully we'll get a 5 or a 6 here. There's a 6 and a 1, which means if we spend 2 coins, we could replicate one of those numbers, which actually we might do this round, or this turn. So the 6, let me use that big 6 right here and get a coin. And we'll put the 1 right there to complete this column in Between Two Cities, gaining 2 coins. And we'll spend 2 of those coins right away to copy that 6, cross it off over here, and write down a 1 in that crate, because I do like low numbers in crates. Low numbers are generally easier to create. And so later in the round, when I want to cross off those crates, it should be a little bit easier. Already on turn 4. Wow, this is going fast. All right, turn 4. A pair of 5s. So we can actually copy pairs if we want, and I probably don't want to here with 2 hearts, but I don't think I'll be doing that. It'll work fine in Between Two Cities. Tapestry, let's see if I can find a good use of that 5. Gonna be a little tough in Tapestry if I want to save some space for another 6. Yeah, in fact, there really is not a good place to do it over here if I want to save space for a 6, which I would love to do. And I don't have the pumpkins to manipulate it to a 4. The 5 does create kind of a weird shape to use in Tapestry. I don't think, I wish there was a way to still fit in a 6 here, but I kind of blocked myself off. This is the place where I want to put it, but if I do that, actually no, here we go. Put it right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. That'll create some awkward configurations, but I can still fit a 6 right there if I get a 6 later, so I'll try to save room for that. So that's one of the 5s. Let's put another 5 over here in between two cities. Let's put it right, let's put it right there. And do I want to do anything in Charterstone? If I created a die to use in Charterstone, I would have to note a 5 down below, and I don't really want to do that, so I don't think I'll do anything in Charterstone right now. Although I am rapidly running out of time down there. George popped into the comments and says, "Hope you have a great one. Hope you have a great one. I'll join in 30 minutes when I get home." Sounds great, George. I hope you're having fun out of the house today. A 3 and a 5. These numbers are just not working out for Charterstone, so I'm just going to have to go for it at a certain point. Let's go ahead and use that 5 right here and note a 3 down below. That gives me another coin. And the 5, that was the 5. I need to use the 3 now. Let's put it over in between two cities, I think. Yeah, because I kind of need 2s and 1s over in Tapestry. So let's put a 3 right there. We'll put that, get a coin and a pumpkin. And I know we're going to have to start filling in stuff in Tapestry. So let's create a 2 value die and use it right here to gain another coin. I mean, we're running out of time here. This is not going to work out well, but we'll see what we can do. I haven't gotten any stars yet from anything, really. I have 0. My score is 0 right now. Okay, turn 6. A 2 and a 4. Had that earlier. So, 2 and a 4. 2 is good in Tapestry. The 4 is less good. So I will probably use a 2 over here in Tapestry to get a pumpkin, I think. And that will work towards getting, actually that will finally get me a star from this big column that I just filled in. So there's a star. I'm on the board. Get a pumpkin out of that. And the 4 I can easily use in between two cities. I could also manipulate it down to a 3. I might want to do that, actually. A little tempted to do that. Although those extra resources from between two cities might end up helping out as well. Well, let's do this. Let's change that 4 into a 3. Mark that off. Get a heart. Write down the 2 down below. And then create a 1 value die to use over in between two cities. Let's work towards more pumpkins, I think. I have to put it right there because I can't put it orthogonally adjacent to that one that's already there. Neeks is here. Neeks says, "Love that you host these live playthroughs. Can't wait to try the new realms." Yeah, tomorrow, Neeks, I'm doing, in round 3 tomorrow, I'm going to use all 3 promo realms that we have so far. It'll be a Libertalia, Rolling Realms, and Terra Mystica round tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. Tomorrow afternoon. Another pair of 5s. I don't want another pair of 5s. Okay. This would be great if we were playing the Terra Mystica realm, actually. George says, Libertalia tomorrow? Yeah, Libertalia, Rolling Realms, and Terra Mystica tomorrow. And obviously, if you don't have those promo realms, you can play with anything you want. You just play around with me and use the same roles, but not the same realms. So, pair of 5s. Between two cities I can do that with. I think I'm just going to have to give up on getting that 6 in Tapestry unless I can bump one of these 5s up to a 6 with 2 pumpkins. Which I guess I could do in between two cities. I don't know if that's a great use of 2 pumpkins. Is it worth it? It might be worth it. Yeah, let's do it. So I'm going to use a 5 here. That'll get me 2 pumpkins. I'm going to use those 2 pumpkins right away to change one of the other 5s to a 6 and use it right here to get another pumpkin. It's going to be close in Tapestry. I think it might be possible to complete it, but I am going to need to double up on one of my turns in Tapestry. Fortunately, I'm still generating a lot of resources from between two cities, so that'll help. Unfortunately, I'm falling behind in Charterstone. I think I need to go ahead and use 2 coins to cross off the 2 value crates down here to get 2 stars, because I'm just running out of time. 2 more turns. All right, turn 8. A 2 and a 3. Now, I wish I had known that I was going to get that 2, because then I could have used that in Charterstone. But I do have a 3 in Charterstone, and 2s are exactly what I need in Tapestry. So that worked out pretty well. Let's use the, I think we need one more pumpkin. So let's use the 2 over here. That completes another column in Tapestry, so that's a star. I get a pumpkin. And, sorry, I just moved this off camera. There we go. And then the 3, 3 is in a tight space over here in between 2 cities. And I also kind of need it in Charterstone. I don't really need it in between 2 cities. But I like the resources that I can generate from between 2 cities. What to do? I mean, I'd rather get stars at this point in the game. So let's put the 3 right here and get another star. All right, it's coming down to the final round. We need to get another pumpkin. That's what I really need here. So final round. Don't give me a pair of 5s. Another pair, another 3 and a 2 for the final roll. Okay. A 3 and a 2. So first off, we could use a 2 over in Tapestry. Oh, this isn't good though. Yeah, I'm short. I really need a coin. So I think I have to use the 2 right here, unfortunately, between 2 cities to get a coin and a star. Now that I have that coin, I can generate... Okay, so I've used the 2. I still need to use the 3. I'll use a coin to fill in this space. That gives me another star and another coin. And now I have a choice. I haven't used this 3 yet. So I could use the 3. So what I was really thinking is I could use this 1 to fill in this space on Charterstone, get a pumpkin, and then use that pumpkin to change this 3 to a 2, and that's 3 pumpkins, so I would be able to break the rule of reusing Tapestry, which gives me, actually I have 4 stars right now, so that would get me up to 6 stars in Tapestry. The only problem is, and that's satisfying, just satisfying to fill in the full Tapestry. The only problem is, between 2 cities scores the lowest of the 2, so it might be better for me to just use the 1 right here and get my 4th star. That way, I know I'm getting 4 stars out of between 2 cities. I have not used the 3 yet for anything. And so, actually, I could do, this is a little bit of shenanigans here, but I think it's fair game, because right now I cannot use a 3 in any of these realms. So I'm going to use the 3 to get a pumpkin. Then I'm going to use 3 stars to, 3 hearts, sorry, to copy the 3 and then manipulate it down to a 2 to use in Tapestry. I'd say that's a little bit of shenanigans, but I think it is in the spirit of the game. That gives me 6 stars there for between 2 cities. And so I have no resources left. No, I have 1 resource left over. So that's 0.1, so that's 8, 14.1. Neeks has a question here. Do you think there will be a large game of Rolling Realms hosted during Geekway? There might be. I think most events at Geekway are run by people. At Geekway, all I do is I show up and I play games with a lot of people, including Rolling Realms if someone wants me to teach them how to play the game. So I don't think by default there will be, but if that's exciting to you, you could just start an event at Geekway where you say, hey, meet up at this time and we'll play a giant game of Rolling Realms. That could be fun. Garrett popped in to say happy Saturday. We'll play through the round later. Just wanted to say hi. Thanks, Garrett, for popping in. I'll throw this up on YouTube for anyone watching this live. And Dominic, a lot of comments today on a Saturday. He says, hi, Jamie. Hope you're having a good weekend. Too bad I saw this late, so I can't play along. But you can still pretend to play along with me live here, Dominic. But I am going to sign off in a second and throw this over on YouTube. Thank you all for chiming in. This made my day that you chimed in to say hi. I love seeing the comments. And I hope you have a great weekend. I will be back tomorrow for round 3, which will be the other 3 promo realms. I don't know the exact time, but I probably guess like around 1 or 2 in the afternoon Central Time here in the US. All right, take care. Maybe I'll see you then. Bye.